Hello and welcome to Eating Good. I'm Oscar.
I'm Sam.
I'm Marisol. And I'm David.
David will not be joining us today.
No, he ditched us last second to go back to our hometown, which is fine.
Wow.
But now it's just us three again.
Yeah, like he wanted to go see his family.
Sorry. Honestly, I think it'll be better. I'm just kidding. I can be me and David.
So selfish. He wanted to go see his family. Like, come on, bro. We got a podcast.
Priorities. Just kidding, David. Hope you have fun.
Hope you have fun. However, I do think when David is not here, we three have a chance to be funny. Like when we were eating earlier, we were being hilarious, in my opinion.
It's our time to shine.
Yeah.
We were being hilarious, or we were just like sleep deprived. That we were just thinking like everything was funny.
No, we were hilarious.
We were hilarious. I was hilarious, at least. No, you were too, to that lady walking down the street.
What'd you say?
Move
your ass.
We were in the parking garage, and there was a lady in the way of the spot Marisol was trying to park in. And she goes, "Come on, lady, move your ass." I was like, my window is down. She can probably hear you because she's like 5 feet away from us. I just rolled the window up, and Marisol was like, "Yeah, she definitely heard me."
It was an honest mistake.
Honest.
I mean, come
on.
Does she have nowhere to be? Like, I'm trying to park, and she's just walking like, time is money. And she obviously doesn't know that because we were taking forever to wait for her.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It was her. She was in the wrong. That lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fast walker, and one of my pet peeves is when people walk slow in inconvenient places.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only time it's okay to walk slow is if you're in a really wide hall or if you're just walking down, like, a straight sidewalk. But otherwise, pick it up. You're in the parking lot, pick it up. People are trying to park.
Or when people, like, stop in the middle of, like, a busy, like...
Intersection?
Yeah.
Like walking or cars?
Walking.
Oh, yeah. Well, why would they stop?
I don't know. Sometimes people, like, just fucking stop.
Like, you got to tie my shoe.
Yeah.
Right here in the middle of the...
They don't realize, like, there's traffic. We gotta keep going.
But yeah, I hate when people walk slow, like, take their time to go across the crosswalk.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to be sprinting?
Yeah. Pick it up.
Okay. Well, David is not here is the point of that story.
Yeah.
So you just got us three today.
Anyway, this week we let Marisol choose the restaurant, so I'll let her take it away.
This week I chose True Food Kitchen in Easton, located in Easton in Columbus, Ohio. True Food Kitchen is the only restaurant fundamentally based on science, which ensures all of its craveable dishes and drinks work to increase the longevity of our people and planet.
See, it makes me feel like NASA's making their food or something.
Yeah, like there's some science experiments and chemicals going on back there.
It's supposed to be like a very like health place to like eat, like good for your health.
Yeah, I got that based on their menu and everything they served. Oscar tried to order French fries, and they were like, "We don't have French fries here. We have kale salad or sweet potato hash."
She said, "Try the nearest McDonald's."
Honestly, she might as well have with her eyes.
Yeah. First impression of the place. It's really big. It has a very like clean look.
Yes.
But like bougie clean look.
Mm-hmm. It was a beautiful day.
It was a beautiful day.
A beautiful day. So we asked to sit outside.
So immediately when we walked in, there was like no one at the front, so we weren't sure if it was one of those places like where we sit ourselves, or someone like walks us to like the table. So we waited there for a couple. No, we must have waited there for maybe like 2 minutes.
Yeah, we didn't wait very long to get seated.
Yeah. They took us to our table that was like outside, and our server immediately like came to us, and she was like, she was just not. She wasn't like she wasn't like
She wasn't
mean,
like mean,
but
she was kind of just unpleasant.
yeah, she was unpleasant. Like, we have bothered her day.
Yeah,
Like, inconvenience.
Yeah, it just felt like we were inconveniencing her at her place of work.
And I was like, I don't even feel okay, like like ordering a glass of water.
How dare you make me work?
Yeah, literally. It literally felt like that. It turns out that she left, like, she ended up leaving, like, when we were just getting our food, I think.
Yeah, so like 30 minutes later. I'm guessing it was the end of her shift and she was just ready to go home.
Yeah, maybe she was upset that, like, they gave her one table, like,
One table at the end of her shift.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
then she would be serving us, but she probably wouldn't get the tip.
Yeah.
But,
Like, no tip.
but like, damn, I didn't choose you. Sorry.
The way she spoke to us was like, she wasn't being inherently mean or like attitudey, but just like the expressions and tone that she was speaking in was, I don't know. I felt like I was in the wrong for ordering my food.
Yeah. She wasn't mean. She just wasn't, like, pleasant.
Yeah, she didn't even bring us waters.
Yeah.
That's true. We had to ask for them.
We got, like, pink lemonades, and me and Sam got the same, like, drink, but, like, mine had, like, a
A
lemon wedge
Yeah.
inside, and Sam's didn't, and just Sam was not happy.
Well, I wasn't seriously not happy, but it was just a funny joke
Yeah.
at the table. But then when we got our new server, because she left halfway through, our new server, I was like,
So
this man
nice.
would jump in front of a bus for me. Like, he would do anything.
This man would, like, hold my hand during labor.
Oh, your future baby daddy?
Yeah. It's just like, he just gave me so much attention. I'm like, I could marry this guy.
Yeah, he had good customer service.
Oh, great customer service.
Like the table next to us was like waiting for their server, and they're like, excuse me, we're still waiting for our server." And he's like, "Oh, well, you know what? Let me just take your order then."
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even say, "Let me go find them." He's like, "Let me just take your order."
I almost think, like, that was, like, his table. Like, he's supposed to, like, help him out. But maybe he's, like, new, and maybe he forgot. I don't know. But he was so nice. I just appreciate him, like, checking up on us constantly and smiling. It was nice to see my server smile. Yeah.
Let's talk about, I guess,
You kind of mentioned it, the
The
drinks.
drinks.
So what did you guys order? Because you guys got the same thing.
Yeah.
We
Pink
got-
lemonade.
Yeah, we got the pink lemonade, and the description said it was dragon fruit lemonade. So when it came out, it was like that bright neon pink, like the color of dragon fruit, which was pretty cool. But it still tasted like normal lemonade, which I appreciated because I'm not a huge fan of like flavored lemonades. I just want good old classic lemonade with lemons. So it was very cute and very good.
It was tasty. I'd give it a 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I got the matcha horchata, and it was delicioso.
Delicioso.
Okay,
But-
Dora the Explorer.
It was oat milk, cinnamon, matcha, and vanilla, and it tasted like matcha and horchata at the same time.
Yeah, it was really creamy.
Yeah.
Oscar let me have some of his,
It was green.
as matcha should be.
I would give it 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, your drink was really good.
I would order
just
it again.
Personally don't like matcha, so I wouldn't order it, but I can appreciate if you do like matcha and you like horchata,
I
you
love
would really
matcha.
like that drink.
Your cup wasn't that big, was it? I don't even remember the size anymore.
it wasn't as big as your guys's, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was fine. It was enough.
I feel like for me, if I would have ordered that, I would have wished it was like a bigger cup.
Because it was so good.
It was so good. It was like refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's the word of the restaurant. Like everything I ate was refreshing.
Felt fresh.
Fresh,
In your mouth.
fresh, fresh.
So for a starter, we got the seasonal burrata, which was artichoke, asparagus, fava bean, caramelized onion, vinaigrette, and grilled bread.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the cheese?
The burrata,
burrata.
is the cheese.
Oh.
That's like the title of the dish.
So yeah, the burrata was on top of all the things I just listed, and then besides the bread, and it was a big piece of burrata.
Yeah, that's how it was. That your first time having burrata?
Yeah.
It's always served like that, like a big old glob.
I think it was my first time eating burrata. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I'm happy that we ordered that. I didn't know it was both of your guys' first time. I've had burrata before and I love it. But I feel like sometimes when I order it for people, they're underwhelmed by it because they're like, it's just cheese and bread. But I'm
Absolutely
like,
not.
it's good cheese
No,
and
I
bread.
think what really helped it was like the sides that it came with.
Yeah, the veggies.
Yes, the veggies. Like I just think that I guess like if I were to just have had like bread and the cheese itself, I don't think it would have been like as like exciting to eat, but I think like the veggies that they had on top of it were like really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the burrata was cold and soft, and the veggies gave it some texture.
Yeah, some
And-
crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
bread
and I
was
will
good.
say burrata is normally served with veggies like that too. Maybe not those same exact veggies, but it is also like usually with like tomatoes and stuff like that when I've had it. Anyways, so yeah, I'm happy you guys like the burrata. What would you guys rate it?
Honestly, a 9 out of 10 for sure. It was really good.
Yeah, 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd probably go maybe an 8.2 out of 10. I liked it a lot, but the fact that it had asparagus is just, I don't know, asparagus sometimes freaks me out.
Why?
I don't know.
What veggies would you prefer?
Like tomatoes.
Tomatoes?
Oh, what were those things on it? Those do you
I don't
remember?
know. There were like some little tiny.
I don't know, but there were these like little
Like red peppers. But
they were like red tomato pepper looking things, and they were sweet. Like you would bite into it and it would explode and it was sweet, and I was like, whoa, this is good.
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 It was heavenly.
It was delicious.
I found it. It's called sweet drop peppers.
Sweet drop peppers.
Sweet drop peppers. They're a little tiny and they're just sweet.
Okie dokie. So I ordered their Peruvian burger.
Because Oscar likes me.
He thought it was made out of Peruvian people. That's
Yeah.
why he wanted
I thought
it.
the cows were being fed Peruvian people. I thought that's what they meant.
Peruvian grass-fed burger. So maybe they were feeding them Peruvian grass.
Or guinea pigs.
But it came with caramelized onion, Peruvian pepper sauce, a fried egg, and blue cheese. I could not tell that there was blue cheese on it. Like, they barely put any on it, which I'm okay with because I didn't want to taste the blue cheese. But I would give my burger a 8 out of 10. Actually, 7.8 out of 10. The meat was okay, but the burger itself was really good. The burger itself was solid.
Exquisite.
Exquisite.
Exquisite. It was not exquisite.
Scrumptious. Scrumptious.
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
If you haven't noticed, we're trying to expand our vocabulary and not say that everything was good.
What would you do different on the burger?
What would I do different? It needed something else, like another flavor or texture in it. Like it had a piece of lettuce that was not very thick. It was very flimsy. So yeah, the burger, the bun, the egg, they're all soft.
Mm-hmm.
And the sauce could have used more flavor as well. Like you could tell it was there, but it wasn't like, oh, this sauce, like give me a side of it to dip fries in. Or
Well, they don't have fries.
yeah, they didn't have fries. They didn't have fries, so I got a kale salad. And
We love a
honestly, I
health
like the
plate.
kale salad probably better than the burger.
Yeah, your kale salad was so
It
good.
looked so good.
Kale salad, 9.2 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had some cheese on it and some vinaigrette. It all worked really good.
I mean, potatoes are a vegetable. Why don't they have like?
Potatoes are a starch.
Yeah.
She's like, what? That's my favorite vegetable.
I love potatoes.
You
And I
can
don't-
love potatoes, but they're considered a starch, not necessarily like a
Wow.
nutritious veggie.
Yeah. The other option was the sweet potato.
Sweet potato hash.
Yeah, and I don't like sweet potato. Too sweet.
I feel like if you cook it right, like put seasoning on it, it's not as sweet and it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. What did you order, Sam?
I ordered the pesto pasta, which included roasted mushrooms, marinated peppers, sweet drop peppers, artichoke, asparagus, parmesan, and cilantro pumpkin seeds, and obviously pesto sauce. So it was a vegetarian dish. There's no meat on it, which I was fine with. It just sounded really refreshing. As soon as I saw that on the menu, I was like, pesto sounds so good right now. Yeah, I really liked it. I was expecting it to be cold, which I don't know why I was expecting it to be cold, but it was served warm. And I kind of wish it was served cold. I think it actually would have been better. I think I just like eating pesto cold.
Yeah, because I really liked it. I had some of hers too.
Yeah, you kept on eating mine. You were like, yours is better than my food.
Yeah, I had a bite and I liked how it was. I liked that it was warm.
I think it's just because one of the HelloFresh meals I've made, not sponsored, is also a pesto pasta, but that one is served cold, so I like that dish a lot. So I was kind of thinking this would be similar, but then it was warm. It was just throwing off my taste buds. So overall, it was really good. I'd give it an 8 out of 10, and if it was cold, I'd probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10.
See, if I went back, I would probably order that. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
the bite
I did
had.
too. I would add like chicken to it, but I really enjoyed yours.
No, I liked it without any meat. If I went back, I would also order that again. But it is expensive to add on the meat. It was like
It is.
$6 or $8 depending on what meat you chose.
Yeah.
What did you get, Marisol?
I got a spinach and mushroom pizza. It has roasted mushrooms, lemon, almond, ricotta, and caramelized onions. I did add grilled chicken to my pizza. I thought it was an okay pizza, to be honest.
It was not an okay pizza.
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't like what I was expecting. They also didn't give me that much chicken.
And you're paying that premium of like,
I ended up paying like $24 for like my pizza. It was okay.
What would you rank it?
I would rate it a 7 out of 10. But
You're being generous.
yeah, I feel like you're being generous because you really did not seem to like it at the table.
no, it's not that I didn't like it. I just didn't see like anything like amazing. But it was still like good. I'm gonna give it the word good because it was just
It was
good.
just good.
It was good. It wasn't like amazing.
No tenía chiste.
Yeah, when I came back here and took a nap, when I woke up, and by here I mean like Sam's house, I took a nap and I woke up and I did wake up a little bit hungry. So I had Sam like heat up some of my leftovers that I had from the pizza. And after I heated up and let it cool down, I actually tasted a little bit better.
Do you think it's because the cheese melted a little?
Maybe, but it just tasted better. So now I'd give it a 7.5 after you take it home and
After you
put it in
reheat
your
it.
fridge and then heat it up and then eat it.
I just felt like the toppings on your pizza didn't work on a pizza. Like in the combination they were.
I think maybe if it had a sauce. It didn't have any
Yeah,
sauce
it didn't
on
have
it, so
any
it just
sauce.
seemed like a lot of breading.
I agree. I think for the price I paid,
Not
I don't
worth
think
it.
it's worth it at all.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
especially if you like paid extra for chicken and there's not even that much chicken.
Overall, would you guys go back?
Yeah.
I would eat there again. I wouldn't choose to go there again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I-
if someone wanted to go there, I'd be like, okay, I know a dish I like, I'll get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I would only go if someone else is like, yeah, how can we go here?
I feel like it'd be a good place to go to for like a work lunch because I feel like at least in my work,
Yeah.
a lot of people like to eat generally healthy, and so everyone
like
would
light.
probably enjoy that place. Yeah, it's like a good midday meal to not like feel heavy afterwards. Even though we all were tired and wanted to
Yeah.
nap, it's just because we stayed up late last night. It's not because we were stuffed.
So last, we did get a dessert, which was a strawberry cake and ice cream, which was what is this word? Macerated strawberry
Macerated.
Oh, macerated strawberry, massacred strawberry.
Basically.
Ricotta frosting and a vanilla ice cream. It doesn't say it on the menu, but it was a coconut based.
Yeah, I think it was a non-dairy ice cream.
I think so too, because I like to do like non-dairy ice creams, and it tasted like the ice cream I normally get.
I liked it. I did think the cake didn't need the ice cream. Like it could have just been the cake by itself. Would have been good itself because they put strawberries on top of the cake, so that was nice and refreshing. But even the cake on its own was delicious.
Yeah, the cake on its own was good. Like I made sure to try it without any of like mixing the strawberries or the ice cream. The cake itself was good. I do think the strawberries added a ton to it. I didn't like the ice cream because it was coconut based. I don't like coconut. I would have rather had no ice cream, more strawberries. That would have been good. Because the strawberries did make it like refreshing in each bite.
I actually did like the ice cream. It's
Yeah.
like, like apple pie and like ice cream. I mean, both separate are good, but together it creates a whole new sensation to your taste buds. So I liked it.
Overall, what would you guys rate it?
I give it an 8 out of 10.
8.4 out of 10.
There we go. Also with an 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
Well, that wraps up the food portion.
So, do we want to jump into the main story of today?
Ew, no. Okay, so our topic is what? The worst dates you've been on?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Marisol had a life traumatizing event earlier this week on a date. So we told her she has to tell the story on the podcast. She really doesn't want to, but she has to. It's too crazy to not tell it.
So traumatizing that
The
honestly,
world needs to know.
I might never go on another date again. I might just convert to a nun.
So you said you'll become a nun?
Yeah, I'm going to become a nun because it's just ridiculous.
Too traumatizing.
Yeah. She said the only way she'll tell this story on the podcast is if we all talk about our worst dates that we've been on. So
This is true.
that's the first topic of the episode. The worst date you've ever been on, or like the worst thing that's happened while you've been on a date. And also, we'll give you chicken nuggets eventually.
Yay.
She said she would only tell the story if the podcast buys her chicken nuggets.
This is true. I feel like I should give a background info on my love life. There
Single
isn't
as a
one.
Pringle.
There isn't one.
Single as a Pringle. Which we've mentioned before.
Yeah.
We're going to freeze our eggs.
So your homegirl is single, but has been open to like meeting people. I am a shy butterfly, so I feel like I don't really talk to guys at like whenever we go out. And it's hard to meet guys when you go out because guys don't really approach you anymore.
What do you guys approach you all
Okay.
the time?
Why are you lying
You
right
just
now?
you just want us to say that, huh?
And it took you too long.
You wanted us to validate you.
Anyways, I have Hinge, people, okay? I'm sure a lot of people have Hinge and it's scary. It's scary meeting people on Hinge because
And
you
it's rough
never
out
know
there.
what you're gonna get.
It's rough out there.
It's sometimes scrolling through Hinge, it's like it depresses me because I'm like, this is what I got. This is what I got to work with.
Right. It's like, is this the love of my life or a bad evening?
Well, this time around it was a bad evening. Anyways,
Spoiler.
spoiler alert. I matched with this guy on Hinge, and I won't give out any names.
Obviously.
I matched with this lawyer on Hinge. He is 29 years old.
Yeah, don't give out his name. Just keep describing it.
I'm trying.
You matched with the lawyer. You guys were texting for a couple days.
We were texting for a couple of days. Conversation was going good.
How do you look in his pictures?
His pictures were like good.
Yeah, he was cute.
I showed him to Sam. Sam agreed. He looks cute from his pictures. And then he asked for my number when we were like messaging over Hinge. I normally have this rule where I don't give my phone number to guys like on Hinge because I just never know where it's gonna go and I just don't want them to have my phone number. However, for this particular person, he's 29 and he's a lawyer. I just felt a little silly being like, can I just give you my Snapchat or can we message through Snapchat? Mm-hmm. So I was like, sure, let me give you my number. So I ended up giving him my number. We texted, I think we texted for a total of like maybe like a day and a half. And we met up on Monday. Oh, that's such a rough day to have a date. That should have been like the first red flag. But we met up on Monday at this brewery near my home and near Sam's home.
And near Oscar's home.
Oscar is homeless. So we met up at this brewery on a Monday afternoon. I look like all hot. I'm just kidding. I was wearing like leggings. It was pretty chill, but like my face was like Victoria's Secret model.
So humble.
Yeah, so humble.
I met up with him on Monday afternoon, and as soon as I got there, he comes up to me, and I turn around, and he's just like not like his pictures whatsoever.
Yeah, like you could tell his pictures were from a couple years ago.
You could tell like his pictures were from like decades ago.
And I wouldn't say decades.
When
Okay,
he was
no,
a
it's
baby.
okay. No, it was like probably when he was like in college, like undergrad. I was like, oh no, why did this happen to me? What the hell did I do wrong? Anyways, I ended up like sitting down with him. I was like, you know what? I'll just hang out with him for maybe like an hour and 20 minutes tops.
Mm-hmm.
And he he did a couple of things like within like the first 30 minutes that I was just like, gross. And it gave me the ick immediately. Like he like picked his crotch in front of me. He would like pick his nose too.
He didn't eat it, did he?
No, but not like pick his nose, but
Just, like mess with his nose.
yeah, like he constantly like messed with his nose. So I wasn't I really wasn't having a good time, and I was like, I really don't want to be here too long. So when he got up to like go to the bar and get a drink, I picked up my phone and I was giving Sam updates, and I picked up my phone and I started texting her. I sent to her, I'm never going on another date again. He is a total catfish. I hate it here. So I send the text, and then I'm waiting like a couple of seconds and she's not responding back. I look at my phone again and I realize that I accidentally sent it to him instead of Sam.
Ooh. So bad. It's so bad.
Immediately when I realized this, my heart dropped and I started to shake. I literally wanted to cry. And so I looked at him to see like, oh my God, he's about to open his phone and like see that I just sent him this. But he actually didn't take his phone like when he went up to the bar. He left it at the table where I was sitting at. And I was like, what the hell do I do? I texted Sam and I was like, Sam, I fucked up. I don't know what to do. Like, I sent him this instead of you. And Sam was like, you should just leave.
To be fair, I didn't realize that he was at the bar. Like, you just texted me quick details because he was going to come back any second. I thought you had already, like, finished the date within however 30 minutes, an hour, and you were, like, walking home, and you meant to text me that as a summary of, like, what had happened on the date. So I thought you were already leaving, but no, you were seated at the table waiting for him to come back, and you ultimately were like, I can't just leave. I think I just have to apologize. And
I was like, I can't
on.
just leave. I have to like apologize and like, I don't know. I have to apologize. Like, there was no way I was gonna leave with like him just getting that text message. What if like, I don't know, he just went home and cried his eyes out. And
Not your problem.
Could you imagine he just ordered a drink, so he has to finish his drink
He just sits there alone drinking
by himself. So I was like, all these thoughts were running through my head. I was like, I don't know what to fucking do. I guess it turns out that like iPhones can delete messages.
You can
You can
unsend a
unsend.
message
You can unsend them,
within like 2 minutes.
Well, I didn't know that. I could have totally done that, but you know, small brain.
Smooth brain.
Smooth brain.
For sure. This is a smooth brain moment. The biggest smooth brain moment I've ever had in my life. But there was nothing I can do. It had already been like 2 minutes past.
So what happened when he got back? What'd you say to him?
He got back and he sat down, and immediately I said, I am so sorry. Don't hate me. And he was like, what's wrong? And I said, I accidentally sent you something that was supposed to be for my friend. And he was like, okay. He was like, so I told him, I was like, can I just please see your phone so I can delete it? And he was like, what did you send to her? Or like, what did you text? And I was like, I don't want to tell you. I was like, can I just like delete it? Like, I kept like begging him to like let me like see his phone so I can delete it. And he was like, well, I'm curious to know what it was. And I was like, can I just like see your phone and we can continue on with like our date? I was like, let me just delete it and then we can like keep talking. And he was like, well, I have to like look at it to like get into it. And I was like, can I just please have your pin? Can I just please have your code to like get in? And I was like, I promise I won't like look through your phone. I just need to delete the text. And he didn't let me, which is fucked up.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So he ended up seeing it. He didn't know. He was like, what's a catfish? Like, I look like a catfish? Oh, and you hate it here? And I was like, no, it's just an expression. Like, a catfish is like, I didn't get what I was expecting. I was like, and I don't hate it here. I just meant like, I hate it here in the world. Like me in it.
There's no saving yourself.
There was no saving myself. All I could do, like, I was literally like, I'm so sorry. That's so messed up of me. But he didn't really know what, like, catfish was, like, what it meant.
Or he's pretending he didn't know what
Yeah.
catfish
No,
meant.
I really don't think, like, he's kind of nerdy, so I really think, like, he didn't know, like, understand, like, the expression.
Which is crazy. It's been so common in our, just like society and
Yeah.
culture for the past like 5 years at least.
I feel like he was just being nice.
No.
Maybe.
So how much longer did the date last after that?
Yeah. How did you guys even move forward from that point?
Well, he did Google, like, what catfish was, and he still wasn't getting it. I did tell him, like, I just don't think this is going to go anywhere, but I would be down to just hang out for a bit. That's where I went wrong. I ended up spending 3 hours and a half with this man. I felt so bad, though. Honestly. I'd do it again.
Oh my god.
I felt so bad. Like, I sent him this. I was so dumb. At some point, I was, like, thinking, you know what? Maybe I should, like, date him. And maybe I should marry him and bear his children.
Just to apologize.
It's the least I could do after doing that shitty thing.
That's the only way to make up for it.
Exactly. I owe him my life.
No, you should have walked away.
Yeah, you should have
Okay.
been like, honestly, I don't see it going anywhere. I could stay for like 10 more minutes and then I'm going to go
10
home.
more minutes.
So
Yeah,
he
like-
can finish his drink.
Yeah.
It's easier to do.
No, definitely. It's easier to say than to do.
See, because if I was the guy in that situation, I probably would have been like, well, can you give me some feedback? Like, what were your thoughts? And then be like, all right, well, good luck with your search and feel free to leave. I'm going to finish my drink.
I don't believe you would do that.
I do.
You would have.
I think Oscar would do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I would. I don't know what I would do.
Because I'd be like,
Yeah.
what's the point of continuing this date? You're not interested
See,
in
I
me.
would have been fine leaving if I hadn't, like, sent him that mean message.
You should have still left. There was no
Yeah.
need to stay there for 3 more hours.
It's the least I could do.
It's like
but-
rubbing salt in the wound
Yeah.
or dirt.
But yeah. Oh, and then he had taken like 3 shots and he got like 2 or 3 drinks on top of that. So he was like pretty drunk.
On
and
a first date. That's
yeah.
way too much to drink on a date.
Red flag.
And I encouraged it too because I was like, this would make this moment way less awkward if he's just drunk.
Okay, before you had sent that message, how many drinks had he had, including the one he was buying?
I had like 1 sip of my drink, my first drink.
But him,
Oh, him?
yeah.
He had 1 full drink, I think.
Had he had any shots at that point?
No.
So when he went to the bar, did he buy another drink?
Yes.
A beer or a shot?
A beer.
Oh,
And
yeah.
a shot.
Wait, what? So he comes back with the beer and a shot, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Can I see your phone?"
Yep.
Oh,
That's exactly
shoot.
what happened.
No, yeah, he was trying to get drunk. He was already nervous.
No, but you had said like, because you were texting him one night when you
Yeah.
were drunk from like going out. So you told him like,
You
You
have to
need-
get drunk.
yeah, you have to get drunk and I ask you questions. So there was a
Yep.
reason. Like
Yeah.
she was like, on the date you're gonna get a shot. They had planned that beforehand. They had planned 1 shot. They did not plan 3.
Yeah, I encouraged it because, like I said, I feel like him being drunk would make this moment less awkward.
No, he definitely went into that with the mindset of, I'm going to get drunk because that's what we agreed upon. And then he went to, oh, I'm getting drunk because
Because
those
I'm
are fucked up
sad.
messages. Yeah.
I hate it
Yes.
here. That was him afterwards.
That was literally the worst. Oh, and then I had only had like 2 drinks because I was like, I'm not gonna get wasted. But then he thought like I was like tipsy because I did tell him I was tipsy because I didn't want to like drink more. He was like, let me walk you home because like you're probably like tipsy, and I was like, no, my friend's gonna pick me up. I didn't want him to know like where I lived. And then Sam came and picked me up with Luna, which is Oscar's dog.
Yeah, so I did see him, and he was, in fact, a catfish. I can confirm.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because before your date or when you're about to go on it, Sam's like, Alex is at a date and she's at this bar. And I'm like, ooh, I'm going to walk Luna and see if I can check him out.
Uh-huh.
And so I did like a lap around the bar and I like saw you. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's her, but I can't tell because it's the back of her head. I mean, from a distance, the guy looked pretty generic.
I thought you were going to say handsome.
No, not handsome. I have to get closer.
And you didn't save me? You
I didn't know it was
You should have
going
gone out
bad.
there and
And
been
that,
like,
that was before you sent the
Yeah.
message. He could have prevented
you
it.
could have.
See, because I had seen you guys talking, and so he must have got up to get a drink after
Yeah.
I'd left. Because as soon as I got home, Sam's like, "You won't believe it! The worst thing just happened." And I was like, "Oh shit, what
It's
happened?"
like, not to me, to Marisol
Yeah.
on her date.
I was like, "What happened, Sam?"
Oh my
and she's
God.
like, "To Marisol."
Oh wait, yeah. Tell me like your point of view when I was like sending you those texts, because right after I realized I had sent it to the wrong person, I texted her. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm such a fucking idiot. I fucked up, Sam. I don't know what to do. I want to cry."
No, yeah, because she told me, and I was like, "Shoot, should we go back and get her out of there?" And I was like, "Nah, she'll end the date
You
soon."
bitch.
Yes, we thought you were
Yeah.
going to end the date. We did not think you would continue.
I just felt so bad.
Yeah, this is what was happening. Let me go back to my messages. You texted me, Sam, I fucked up, holy shit. I meant to text you. And I said, are you drunk? And then you sent me a screenshot. And you're like, I'm going to cry. I'm shaking. I don't know what to do. I said, block him. And she was like, he's at the bar. And I said, oh shit, you're still there? I thought you left. That's so bad, but don't cry. And then she said, I'm just going to apologize. I said, yeah, I guess apologize or run away. Those are the only two options. And I said, apologize and then leave. And you said, no, I'm not leaving. That's mean.
Look, all is fair in love and war.
Shut the hell up.
You're okay to be mean on a date.
And,
If
but
it's
no,
not going
it was
nowhere.
like something I could have avoided, you know? That was a smooth brain thing of me to do. I hope he's doing good. I hope that he met some other girl on Hinge and that she likes him, and I hope she's the one, and they get married and then they have like children. I don't know if he wants children. I think he does, but I don't know.
And hope that she encourages him to brush his teeth.
I haven't said that part. Oh,
You guys can infer from that.
He had bad breath. That's why Oscar is saying that.
Yeah, from my perspective, I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. And then I had to tell Oscar because I couldn't be the only one freaking out. And then Oscar was also freaking out.
Yeah.
And
like-
then Charmine came and we told her. And then she was like, oh my gosh, I thought you were going to say something like bad happened to you. But that is pretty bad.
I, like, literally am traumatized.
It's like something that would happen on a TV show.
Yeah. If I ever, like, talk to another guy on Hinge, I need, like, Snapchat. I need his Instagram.
A FaceTime
honestly,
date.
yeah, I might do a FaceTime day at this point because that shit's not happened to me again.
Yeah,
I've been catfished.
That's traumatizing. Your catfish was traumatizing. I will say I've gone on 2 Hinge dates so far, and the first one was a catfish. It was weird though because I had the guy's Snapchat, and maybe he just knew his angles, but he looked good in like the Snapchats he sent me. Like he looked like his Hinge. And then when I met him in person, we were meeting up at this bar, and I literally walked past him because I didn't recognize him. And then we were texting each other, trying to find each other. I turned around and made eye contact with this random man, and I was like, oh, that's him. He just looks very different. And he lied about how tall he was. So I was like, this is just all wrong. But I ended up staying on that date for like 3 hours too because I felt bad, and it was fine. Like we had a fine conversation, and I just told him afterwards that I got more friend vibes and I wasn't interested romantically, and that was that. But yeah, catfishes are real out there on Hinge.
My thing is, like, when guys put, like, pictures of, like, themselves, like, in college, like, do you not think we're gonna be, like, we're not gonna know?
Right. And you
Yeah.
can tell a lot of times when
Yeah.
it's an old picture.
Like, the quality
quality
of
is
the picture.
different.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why?
Everyone
What's the point?
should just use like a general rule that all of your pictures should be from within the past year
I mean,
and a half.
I feel like that should be common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you should not have pictures that are older than 2 years old on your Hinge.
Absolutely. Ugh. I'm never going on another date.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
that's my story. Who's next?
It's okay. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Well, this killed me.
She died.
I am
Dead.
gone.
Yeah, I can talk about an experience I had. So when I was in college, I worked at the library, and there used to be this girl that was always there, and whenever she would see me on my shift, she would come over and talk to me. Like, I was a pretty friendly guy. My school was pretty small, and so like if someone asked me to hang out, I'd be like, yeah, let's hang out, let's go do something. And so the one day she's like, hey, you want to get dinner like on Wednesday? Like we'll go here, we'll eat. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And me, I'm just thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna hang out. Like I haven't really hung out with her, so this will be cool.
But in her mind, it was probably a date.
Yeah, in her mind, it was a date. So I like showed up, and she's like all dressed up, and I'm just like kind of wearing normal clothes, and so we're like talking and eating, and then like whatever happens, and we leave, and then I'm thinking about it. I was like, was that a date? Did she think we were on a date? I'm like, because I didn't know I was on a date. And like,
I mean, she asked you out.
yeah, well,
She put herself out there, and you didn't
Yeah.
even think it was a date.
Shows up in regular clothes. Boy's dumb.
I
Boys
didn't
dumb.
know, because I was like, I don't think I've ever like shown any interest in her romantically, so I don't know what she saw or thought.
I don't know what she saw in me.
And I thought about it later, and I was like, actually, some of those questions were kind of like a little geared more towards like a romantic.
What did she say? Do
Relationship.
you want to have kids? Do you want to be married? Tell me what your goals are in love life. And you were like, this isn't a date.
But I think she got the hint because just the way I responded, I think she, could tell that I wasn't seeing this same thing that she was seeing.
Yeah, you weren't like on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
So if you knew she was asking you on a date, would you have said yes still?
I think you would have.
Okay. If it was today, I probably would have said no because I was not interested. But at the time, I was very.
Well, I would hope so. You have a girlfriend.
Yeah. But at the
Obviously,
time,
but-
I was very emotionally immature, and I probably would have felt too awkward to say no.
That's something Marisol staying on a date for 3 hours. Anyways.
Anyway, this isn't about me. This is about Oscar.
But that's not even the first girl that happened to me with. There was another girl that was like, she would text me all the time and whatever, I would respond. And then one day I met her at a party and she was trashed. And she's like, you are so cute. I'm like, oh, thank you. And she's like,
She's drank too far.
and she's like, I would always text you and you never responded to me. I was like, I always responded to you. And she's like, but not in the way I wanted you to. And I was like, oh. She was pretty, but again, I wasn't romantically interested in her either. But those kind of things, I feel like I can be pretty oblivious. I can be pretty oblivious with a lot of things.
Oh, we know.
Like, I'm the guy that, like, you could tell me something and wink, and I'm like, why are you winking at me? What's wrong with your eye? Like, I'm that guy.
Oh my gosh.
That's your worst date?
I was going to say, that's not a bad
not
dating
bad.
story.
No,
It's
well-
just like not
That's
realizing
you
you
being
were on dates.
oblivious.
Nah, I don't have a lot of dating experience.
Like dates.
Yeah.
Valid. I guess in my life, I went on those 2 Hinge dates, and I think I went on 2 dates in college, like out of my 4 years there.
Any
And
embarrassing stories?
one of them, I went out with this guy. It was probably my sophomore year, and when on the date he was telling me like, oh yeah, I went to like an all boys high school and blah 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 blah, and I could tell he went to an all boys high school because he was very like, I don't know what the word, like not machismo but kind of
Okay.
like just the kind of guy that didn't have self-awareness.
Was it,
and
like,
he was kind
douchey?
of like douchey. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he like was talking himself up a lot, and I was just like, okay, you're gonna ask me about myself? He was cute, but it was just like the conversation, like I didn't think it went well. I think in his mind it went well. And at the end of the date, he like walked me back to my dorm, and he went in for a kiss, and I turned my head and just gave him a hug.
Oof. We've all been there.
And I was like, this was fun. Bye.
Who paid?
I'm pretty sure he paid.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
So when you guys go on a first date, do you feel like the guy should pay?
I personally do.
I mean, I think it's like stereotypical for the guy to pay, but I wouldn't mind paying for myself either. Like when I went on my Hinge dates, I got there first, so I ordered myself a drink and paid for a drink myself, and then like they bought me my next drink, and I was like, okay, that's pretty nice. But I wouldn't expect that, and I almost sometimes want to be like, I'll buy you a drink since you bought me a drink.
Yeah, because that is stereotype. But I feel like in today's world, because like it's so easy to get a date, like using these dating apps, that I feel like you shouldn't have, at least as a guy, you shouldn't have to pay for every meal.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, not every meal.
well, that's the thing. Like, if you're going on a lot of dates and you're paying for the girl every single time,
Yeah,
it's gonna
it's
add
rough
up
for a
quick.
guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
to
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I have that same perspective too. Like on Hinge, you could go on like you went on like a bunch of first dates within 2 weeks. You went on like 3 dates with
Wow,
guys.
exposing me. Damn.
Okay, whatever.
Did they pay for each one?
They did.
For people on Hinge, like it's very easy to get a first date, and if you're a guy going on like
Multiple.
5 dates in a month, that's a lot of meals to buy for some random person you just met.
Not some random person. The person.
Not if they're 5 different people. So I feel if David was here, I'm sure he would contribute to saying that's one reason he doesn't like going.
Oh
on
yeah,
Hinge
I
dates.
know.
Too
Oh
He doesn't
yeah.
want to pay
He
for
doesn't
all of
want to
them.
pay for it.
Because I would definitely buy the first drink, but if we're going to a restaurant, I'll be like, listen, I'm only paying for my meal, right? I'll pay for your drink.
How would you go about that?
Yeah.
Like, say
How
it
would
up
you
front?
explain it?
Yeah, I probably would say it up front. Like, so, I just want to get, are you expecting me to pay for your meal? I'll pay for your drink.
Yeah, I think in that case you just like shouldn't set up a food date. You should just set
Yeah.
up like
Yeah.
a
A
drink
drink
date.
Something chill.
And I mean I think first dates should always be just something
Absolutely.
chill, like
Casual.
Not like
that's
a
very
5-star restaurant.
right. Except you've gone on dinner dates.
But not like super bougie places. Like I went to Bud Dairy.
Yeah. Kind of expensive. No, it's fine. It's not that bad. But
No, and also like when I go on dates like that, like drinking dates, like sometimes like they'll buy me my first drink and they'll be like, "Oh, I'll get the second round."
yeah.
Yeah, but like I like the initiative of like they're like, "Oh, like let me get it."
So, what would you say are the best first date things to do and some of the worst first date things to do? Like, I think going to the movies is a really bad first date.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't go to the movies if it's the first date cuz like you're not talking and it's weird.
Unless
Yeah.
you're me and you
You're
talk in the movie theater.
Oh yeah. That would still be terrible. Because then you're like sitting next to a stranger for like an hour and
Yeah,
Whatever.
no, I agree. Movies is not a good first date.
maybe second date. I've done that for a second date.
I think movies is a good like third date and after.
I think, I mean, just going out to get drinks or coffee is like the safe first date. I think something like putt-putt could be like a fun first date that a lot of people don't do.
Getting ice cream is good. Like
Oh,
first
getting
date.
ice cream would be good. Trying to think, if I go on a first date, what would I want to do?
What about hiking?
I feel like that's controversial, like from what I've seen on just social media.
I feel like that's a good first date because then you can kind of gauge what kind of person it is. Because what if they're like, oh, I don't like hikes, and you like hikes? Then it's like something you guys can't ever do together.
But then see, as a girl, I would be afraid of getting murdered.
Right. Because then it's like you're on this trail alone in the middle of the woods with someone you don't know. So that's why hikes are like meh for a
Gotcha.
first date.
Yeah, one of my friends, her first date with the person she's currently with, her first date was a hike date. And she sent me her location. and
Okay, but it worked out. They're still
it worked
together.
out. They're still together.
So what if
didn't
it's like a
murder her.
park?
A park
Well,
is
there's more
fine. I
people,
think
yeah.
going for a walk in a park
Yeah.
is good.
Okay. Because
You know
there's
what
people.
I would like? A picnic. If someone just... Well, no, I feel like that'd be weird.
As a first date, it would be like
Yeah, never mind.
A
I take
lot.
that back.
Yeah.
I
a
take that
second
back.
date with that would be good. I think.
I don't know. I feel like more like a third date would be better.
Yeah.
Where I'm more comfortable like with the person.
What about shopping for a first date?
No, that's
No.
weird.
No.
I feel like
I mean, is he
shopping-
buying me jewelry?
What,
I
like
feel
what
like
if,
shopping is not a date. It's just like running errands
Yeah.
together.
what if they're like, you know, I need to get a new couch for my place. You want to help me choose something?
Actually, that could be fun.
But that's not a date. Well, I
Why
don't
not?
know.
I mean, it kind of is. You're hanging out
Yeah.
casually at a store and you help them pick out furniture. I like IKEA.
What about pottery? Like where you go and like paint pottery.
Nah, not as a first date.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be fine, but
Yeah, like it's kind of like, would you go painting for a first date?
No, I wouldn't.
Because I think for the first date, it's more about interacting with them
Yeah.
and seeing how
And
the
making sure
conversation.
It
they're
has to be
normal
like a
person.
one-on-one.
It shouldn't be like, oh, let's do this activity, and you can just focus on the activity.
but I do think it's good to have a little activity to focus on, so
Yeah.
it's not just like you awkwardly staring at each other and not
Yeah.
knowing what to talk about.
Yeah, there's definitely like a balance. Like,
You know what would be a good first date is going to like a board game cafe, because then you can play like Uno, or you can
yeah,
play like
that's
a
good.
Guess Who or whatever that game is, and
Yeah.
like you have conversations during it, but you're still doing something fun and like keeping yourself entertained. Actually, I think that would be like the perfect first date.
Yeah, I agree.
All
And you
right.
can buy drinks there or like non-alcoholic drinks and stuff like that.
Imagine you have that date, but the person you're with is super competitive.
Well, then you find that out and you find out if you like that or not. If you're a competitive person, you compete right back and you probably
Flips
have
the
a good
table.
time.
Yeah, they're
Flips
they're
the
getting
table when you
pissed.
like win.
Or if you're not a competitive person and they're really aggressive about it, you're just like, ick. That's it.
Ick.
We're done.
Checkmate, and they just flip the
You
board.
get to know a lot about them right away.
That's a good idea. Good idea for a date.
Now I need to go on a date and do that. That sounds
Yeah,
fun.
you should do it. I'm not going on a date for
You're
a
not
while.
going on a date.
For a long, long time.
All right, what about the zoo or an aquarium for a first date?
Ugh, I love those dates, but not as a first date.
I think they'd be fine as a first date.
Mm,
It's still a public area.
no.
But they can be kind of long.
Yeah. I would do it as like a third date.
Everything with a third date.
It's because like the first and second, like after the first, I'm like, okay, I'm open to like keep
Continuing
talking.
or stopping.
The second day, I'm like, okay, actually, I think I actually like him.
Mm.
You know?
Hookah bar.
Ew.
No.
I mean, unless you both enjoy hookah, but I feel like it's bold to suggest a hookah bar.
It's true.
It's like a Middle Eastern thing. I'm sure like there's a lot of second dates or first dates. Hookah bars.
Yeah, if you're both like people that do hookah normally,
Yeah.
then that could be a good first date because you're just chilling. But like if a guy asked me to go to a hookah bar as a first date, I'd be like, no, thank you.
I would say ick. Next.
I probably would go to a hookah bar for a first date.
Well, because you like hookah.
Yeah, it can be fun.
I mean, I like hookah, but I wouldn't want it as a first date. I don't go to hookah frequently. I go
Yeah.
like maybe once a year, every other year.
Every other year, it sounds more like it.
the swimming pool.
No, I would be too self-conscious.
Yeah.
All right, what about the beach?
Same thing. Too
Same thing.
self-conscious. Karaoke.
I don't like karaoke in general.
No.
See, yeah, I'm too scared to go to karaoke with my friends, let
Yeah.
alone a date. I feel like you'd have to be two very extroverted people to agree that that's a good date idea. And then it might work out if you guys like that idea.
All right, here's another one. To an exercise class.
No,
No.
because
I'm
then
going to
you
be
don't
so
really.
sweaty and breathing hard. I'm going to
You
be
don't
breathing
really-
hard on the first date. No.
Yeah, I mean you get ice cream after.
You can't really talk like while
and you
you
can't
exercise.
talk, yeah. And he would just see how unfit I was. It'd be embarrassing.
They'd be maybe they're unfit too.
Maybe. But then if we're both unfit people, why would either of us suggest a fitness class?
I would totally do like a date at the gym, but not the first date.
Again, I feel like it's like when you're in a committed relationship or like been talking for a while,
Yeah.
then it'd be fine. But definitely not one of the early on dates.
There's some ideas if you're in the dating world.
Yeah.
Yep. What to do and what not to do on the first
Oh
date.
my god.
Don't text him when you mean to text your friend.
Double, triple check before you hit send.
Yeah.
Oh god. I hate me. I hate it here.
I hate it here.
I'm sorry if this has happened to you before.
If it has happened to you before, let us know. We want to hear the story.
Yeah.
Or if you've done something similar.
I don't think so. That was pretty stupid of me to do.
It was an honest mistake.
It was an honest mistake.
I was going to say I've done that once to Oscar, actually. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
One time, I forget when. I think it was when we all lived like in our house of 7 people during college. You did something that made me mad. And I think I thought I was texting like Emma or Jocelyn. And I was like, Oscar is being so annoying. And I sent it to Oscar. And then I said, I mean, you're being so annoying. So I just like,
Oh, you
I
did tell
just-
me that.
I just took control. I was like, I'm just calling you annoying to your face now.
No, I don't remember that specific situation.
I remember you telling me that. Wait, what did he say? Did he say anything?
I
back?
don't even think you responded. I was just like mad at whatever you did. It was just like a sibling thing probably, but I meant to text someone else and I texted Oscar.
I was probably drunk.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it was just a random middle of the day thing.
He's like, I was probably drunk.
Well, because like I can see myself being annoying when I'm drunk. And like if I see get that message, I'm just like, whatever. I'll deal with it later.
No, I feel like it was something to do with the house. Like like a household chore or a thing that I was like, he keeps doing this. He's being so annoying about it. And then I sent it to you and I was like, okay, you're being annoying. So that's what you should have done. You should have been like, you are a catfish. I'm out in the text. Send a fourth text.
I hate
I
it
just
here on
don't
this
know.
date.
I just don't know what else I could have done at that moment.
See, I hate
We
you.
already told you what you could have done.
I hate you. Goodbye. And just leave.
Like, I like to know how long everyone would have stayed with him.
Not that. I would have stayed 10 more, 15, 20 more minutes. 20 more minutes max. Not 3 hours.
Right.
Ugh.
Even 1 hour.
So
but
awkward.
3 hours? You were
Yeah.
there until like 10:30 p.m.
I was there
On a
until
Monday.
On a Monday.
On a Monday.
And it would have been very easy to just say, it's getting late. I have to work tomorrow. I need to go home and like shower still. So I'm going to head out. Like earlier.
Yeah.
Because it was a Monday.
Yeah. And he texted me when I like got back to your house.
Oh yeah. He's like, let me know when you get home.
Yeah. I was like, oh God. Actually, I'm dead.
So do you have any other topics for today? Anything on your mind?
My mind is blank. The
Well,
only... Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. I thought, what other topics do we have?
The only other topic I thought of is, what is the last good deed you have done?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I did a good deed recently and I just wanted to gloat about it.
I spent 3 hours and a half on a date with the guy I didn't like because I heard his
That
feelings.
was your good deed?
Yeah.
Subjective.
That was after you did a very terrible deed.
Yeah.
But then I fixed it with a good deed.
I
and
don't think so.
some might say that's not even a good deed. That might
might
even
have
be a
made it
bad
worse.
deed. Yeah,
It was another
worse.
bad deed.
Like you just made it even worse.
I'm going to message him and be like, would you have preferred me leaving or you spending a good 3 hours and a half with me?
You're saying it was his privilege to get to spend that much time with you.
Well, I guess I could text him and find out. Oh,
Do
no.
it then.
Absolutely not. I
Like-
never want to see him ever again.
Like I don't think he went home and was like, that date should have ended 2 hours ago, but at least I gotta look at her for another 2 hours.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't thinking that.
You don't
was,
know.
He was probably like,
You don't know him.
he could have been. He could have
So
been.
humble.
He was probably like, why did I spend $60 at the bar on shots and drinks
Yeah, he
with the
bought
girl
me,
that
he
called
bought
me
me
a
my,
catfish?
he bought me my first drink, but after I did that, I was like, I can't let him buy me anything else. So I bought my second drink myself with my money.
All right. Well, while you think of another good deed,
That's actually a good deed.
yeah. What happened?
Try
Sam?
again. What happened to me?
Yeah.
And my good deed wasn't on my own, to be fair. This person asked me for help. But the other day, I was taking Luna out. It was the morning, maybe 7:50 a.m., so before I was about to start work. I work from home a lot of the times. So I was taking Luna out, and there was a neighbor on his roof, and he, said something to me, and I just said, good morning, and I kept walking. And then I hear him go, excuse me, ma'am. And I was like, oh, wait, he's actually trying to talk to me. And this is an older man. He's probably recently retired and he works a lot on his house. So he was working on his roof and he's like, excuse me, ma'am, can I ask you a favor? And I was like, sure. What is he about to ask me? And then he said, my ladder fell over. Can you please come set it up for me? And I was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. And so I went in through his back patio and he talked me through how to set it up and he came down and thanked me. But I was just like, wow, I almost just walked away without listening to what he was saying. But thank goodness I walked out. I was taking Luna out. I wonder how long he was up there or how long he would have been up there if I didn't find him on his roof.
See, I'm just hoping that he sees you again and is like, hey, I'm having a cookout barbecue. You should come over and bring your roommate. Because he has such a nice yard.
Yeah,
And such a nice house.
you can tell he cares a lot about his property. Because when I went into his back patio to set up the ladder, I was like, it's nice in here.
I'm trying to be friends with this guy.
That would have been a meet cute.
If he wasn't a senior citizen.
Yeah, if he wasn't a senior citizen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's also married.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I took Luna with me because I was like, I debated taking her back into the house, but I was like, I don't know this man. I should take her with me.
Yeah.
And she just sniffed around his yard while I set up the ladder.
I love old people.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I work with old people all the time.
Yeah, and you're always like, I hate old people.
Yeah.
You're like, they're the worst.
No.
So you don't say they're the worst, but you're
Some
grossed
old
out
people.
by old
Yeah.
people. You're like freaked out by old people.
You're like,
No,
old people can't find love. That's
You literally you said I don't want to watch the Bachelor Senior Citizen or version because that creeps me out.
Maybe I'm scared of aging. Maybe that's it.
I mean, you are, but you take it out on hating old people.
No, I don't hate old people. Okay, I work at a hospital and I work with a lot of old people. And old people are cute. There are certain people who are older that just piss me off sometimes.
So
But
you-
overall, old people, I find them cute.
So will you watch The Bachelor Golden Age?
No.
Why?
Because I have no interest in watching it. I already watch a lot of old people.
That's not what
Every
you told
day.
me the other day. You're like, ew, I don't want to watch old people fall in love.
I will say, there's like some old people that you're like, I can tell this person didn't take care of themselves when they were younger.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you
I
just
see
look
that
at
all the
them
time.
and you're like, they're disgusting.
Oh my gosh,
Like-
Oscar, you can't call another human disgusting.
They got black toenails. Like, come
Oh,
on.
that's pretty bad.
What happened?
Maybe it was circumstances they couldn't control.
Maybe
or
they
Sometimes,
have
couldn't help.
diabetes. And their foot is just...
Apologize to the old people.
I'm sorry, old people.
Yeah. You don't
I'm
know what,
just
they,
saying,
what
like-
they got going on.
That does scare me. Like when there's like a good old looking person like Harrison Ford, I'm just like, man, that
I want
guy's
that to be
lucky.
me.
Yeah, I was like, I want that to be me. I want to be old and not disgusting.
Not disgusting.
That all...
That's all I ask
old
for is
people
not
are.
to be a disgusting old person.
Yeah.
Just a cute one.
It's like I can be bald, but just don't be gross. I don't want to be like smelly all the time.
Oh no. You gotta start taking care of yourself now.
Uh-huh.
But I actually like talking to old people because sometimes like you can kind of tell that they don't have a lot of people to talk to.
I know, and that makes me so sad.
Like,
Yeah, I see that all the time.
yeah. Like I know when I talk to my grandma, she's like, all my friends are dead and all my sisters
That's
are
so
dead. She's like, I don't
depressing.
have anyone to talk to. So I always make it a point to listen to my grandma and like have a conversation.
Yeah,
with
be
her.
like, what's
And-
going on?
She loves talking.
Yeah, I work at a hospital, so I'm a social worker at a hospital, and I work with a lot of old people. But I can tell like when someone's gonna be like a chatterbox. So when I know someone's just like going on, like I like to get one of my coworkers to like call me through we have like these little pagers.
To get you
That-
out of there.
Yeah, to get me like, hey, they need you in this room. But sometimes like they'll start talking to me about like their dead like significant other. I'm like, I can't stop them. Like that's rude. So now I just have to like listen to it for like the next 30 minutes.
Yeah. But anyone that's older than you, even if it's like a year or like 30 years, I always like to listen because just from their experiences, like what kind of advice or just, you know, things to think about are they going to say? But one other thing I was going to say, like when people get older, I don't think they think of themselves as older. Like they
No,
think of
yeah.
themselves as a young person in an old person's body.
I mean, that's how I think of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the only times I feel like old is when I look at pictures from like
When you were younger.
when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think those are the only times when I'm like I see how much I've aged.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I remember like when I was that young, it's like, I don't feel that much different. But at the same time, I do feel different than when I was that
Just
age.
like the physical capabilities of my
Yeah.
body and stuff like that. Yeah, I've also have the perspective of like, even though you grow older, your mind stays the same. And just because you're older doesn't mean like me talking to someone older than me doesn't necessarily mean they have more knowledge or wisdom than me. I've come to find that there are still like dumb people that are old.
You were dumb back then, you're dumb now.
I'm just like, because as a kid you like respect adults
Like every old
and
person.
you think every adult knows what they're talking about, and then as you become an adult you're like, even though you're 10 years older than me, like you're not that bright.
Right, like there'll be like older people that are making mistakes that people that are younger or your age are making. And it's like,
Or just like poor life choices.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
you're living out of your car
Or
at
it's-
your age?
And it's just like very preventable things, or I don't know. But yeah.
No, yeah, I agree. I definitely had that insight when I started working. And
I
it's
definitely
like,
think it's like when you go into the workforce and you're like, wait a minute, this isn't all it's cracked up to be. Did you do any good deeds recently?
recently, nothing I can really think of. I mean,
Wow.
one kind of small thing that I can think of is so this we live like on a very busy street, and there's a side street that when you go to turn to the main street, it's kind of hard to see because there's a lot of street parking. So it's hard to see past those cars that are parked to see what's coming down the street. And the one day I was walking Luna, and this like girl and her boyfriend are in the car, and they're like looking down, and they're like slowly creeping up, but they can't tell that the cars are coming. So I like look back, and then I look over at them, and I'm gonna start waving like go go go, and they're like gave me like a thumbs up, like a thank you, and I was like,
Nice. Traffic control over here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Small good deed.
for New Year's, this I guess wasn't recent, but New Year's Day, I found an ID on the floor, and
Oh yeah.
I messaged the person like, "Hey, I found your ID," but because we weren't friends, it doesn't go. They don't get a notification that they got a message, and so I wait like 2 months, and she never responded. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna drop it off at the post office. And the very next day, she messages like, "Oh, do you still have my ID? I just saw this." I'm like, I already mailed it out.
And then you saw her walking down the street yesterday or today.
Yeah, I saw her
Weird.
walking on the street. I was like, look. And Sam's like, what? That girl right there. That's the one I found her ID of.
And I was saying it's weird because you know what she looks like because you had her ID for so long,
Mm-hmm.
and she has no idea. Like if she passed you on the street, she wouldn't
probably
know who
wouldn't
you were.
Yeah, because I don't even, I haven't even updated like my social media pictures. Like all of them are like old.
Before you had long hair.
Yeah, I have long hair.
You're catfishing people.
He said, shh. No, he still posts recent pictures. It's just not his profile picture.
Yeah. And it's not like I'm messaging people like, hey, you want to meet up?
Yeah, he's not actively dating and
Yeah.
catfishing people. Did you think of a good deed over there?
I always have good deeds.
I know a good deed you did. Well, I don't know if you want to say this.
What did I do?
You took a walker from the hospital.
No, oh yeah, I definitely want to say this. Because I do it again.
Wouldn't you get in trouble with your job?
No. At our hospital, I won't say which hospital. That's how I'll save it. I won't say which hospital I work at, but we have a new company that we get our medical equipment from, and they are very like annoying
And stingy.
and stingy. Like they require so much like paperwork and documentation for like one single piece of like medical equipment, like something easy like a wheeled walker, where the company that we worked with before, they would just let us give it out for free. So now they're very like stingy with the medical equipment they give out. And also they don't provide like charity medical equipment for people who are undocumented, which I think it's fucked up. But
Yeah.
anyways, this old lady really needed a wheel walker to like leave the hospital, and it was like around like 4:30, so it was like around the time that I was gonna leave. Normally it's around the time anyone leaves, and I knew like if I ordered it now, it was never gonna like get delivered to her. So I know she needed it. So I was like, you know what? Like I don't care. I was like, I'm gonna go steal one, and I'm gonna give it to her. And we're not supposed to do that, but I was like, she needs one. She wants to leave today, and I'm not gonna make her wait another night for her to get one.
And plus, if she stayed another night, that would cost her more money.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
I'm making an executive decision.
Right, and also, or if they do deliver today, like I don't know when it's gonna be delivered by, I could just go get it right now. And so I did. So I stole it, and I gave it to her, and I'll do it again.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta make a choice and just go with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you just gotta go against the system
Yeah.
sometimes.
Stick it to the man. And that's what I did. That's my good deed. That was like last week, I think.
Good job. That is a recent good deed.
Yeah.
I could have prevented her from falling and coming back to the hospital. So if anything, I saved the hospital money.
Okay. We're reaching the end of the episode, so thank you guys for listening. Sorry if we were low energy.
It's been a rough day.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long
2
day.
days.
We didn't even talk about this weekend at all.
No, do we need to?
Why not?
It was kind of crazy.
I don't
I
wanna
don't think
give
a lot of
details.
stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff like
It
wouldn't.
I don't want to give details on other people's business.
It wouldn't be interesting unless you gave details, and we shouldn't give details.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep you on your toes.
Yeah. It was a crazy Friday night. Let's just say that
Yeah.
and leave it at that.
And we went to a comedy show, and it was really funny.
Oh yeah.
We could at least talk about
my
that.
boyfriend.
The main, it was Ralph Barbosa. Is that how you say his name? Or Barbosa? Ralph?
I think it's Barbosa.
It was Ralph Barbosa, and
Arr.
he's a short king. But the funnier he got, like the more jokes he told, the more attractive he became.
Yep.
And I was just like, I can marry him. That could be my
By
man.
the end of the night, he looked like Zac Efron.
And I was just like, this is why Pete Davidson gets girls.
Yeah,
One, he's a nice guy,
absolutely.
and he's hilarious. I'm like, as long as you're funny, you can pull anybody.
Yeah, I noticed when he would like land his jokes, he would make like really good facial expressions, and it would sell the joke even better.
He also has like a nice smile.
Yeah.
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 Alex is over there like twiddling her toes and fingers.
Yeah. I did take a picture with him.
Yeah, and you stood so awkwardly because
awkwardly.
you got nervous.
I got nervous. He's got a cute smile. And I don't like. No, never mind. Never mind. He was cute. Well, we'll leave it at that.
What's your height requirement?
Shut up! I'm not going into this.
I feel like we've already talked about it
Yeah.
before.
Are we ending the pod?
Yeah. But we
Okay.
just wanted to mention that. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Have a good week.
Arrivederci.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.